Welcome back, my friends, to another episode of Automotive Drama. I still got this overweight Suzuki Samurai Grand Vitara. Oh wait, what do you call an overweight samurai? Sumo wrestler. Yeah, well, this one's even got a V6. But anyways, as you can see, I got the intake off, and I cheated like hell, of course. If you saw the previous video of what a bad job this guy did. And the whole reason I took this intake off is because I needed to do the valve covers. Then once I got the intake off, and you can't ever see this hose. I mean, it's in there, but it's buried. You barely see it. And I didn't even notice it till I started pulling the intake. I mean, believe it or not, this thing was not really low on coolant either. Now, I gotta pull that coolant tube out. That's a different video. But anyways, let me show you what I did. And as you can see, I left them. I didn't want to touch that. I could have took it off and brought that thing all out in one piece. But I did not. Would you want to touch that rusty thing? Yeah. No, I wasn't doing it. And I figured it was easier just to leave it in there. And it actually came right out. Now, the intake. See those studs? I thought I was going to have to pull them. And they came loose pretty easy. But no. I tied that back with a wire tie like I have the harness right now because I'm actually doing the valve cover. But, what was I saying? Oh, alright, when you think you got all the intake bolts out, you see these studs? Right here, there's 4 hidden bolts right on the other side of these studs. Ding, ding, ding. And yes, always fill your ports with rags because you'll sneeze and a nut from that tray will fly into one of those holes. And then when you go put it all together and you're missing a nut, and you go get one off the shelf and you start the motor up and you find out where your nut went. Yeah. And so we don't like that in this business. That's not a good thing. But anyways, as you can see, I finally got access to the valve covers, and it's pretty self-explanatory after that. I had to, like I showed earlier, I had to take this tube off, and that's why I had to take the hose off and blah, blah, blah. Now, one little tip. Pull this cover comes right off, and you can change these coils without pulling the intake, believe it or not. And you pull that cover and you get to these bolts right here, and then you can undo this pipe. This pipe's bolted to the intake, so don't try to pull that out. I was trying to cheat and pull it all out in one piece. It didn't work, because me, I like to try to do things the easy way, but I left it and think, and it didn't want to go, so I pulled the 2 freaking bolts out of it, and away it came right out. Come straight up, pretty simple. Stay tuned because well, I guess this is probably the end of this video. I am going to make a video of accessing that coolant tube and how you're going to fix that line, which goes way under here to the head. What a brilliant design. Suzuki always made great motors. They just like innovated a motorcycle engine into this thing. It does rev up to like 6 or 7 grand, I think. I don't have to look at the tach again. But all in all, thanks again for tuning in. Likes are nice, subscribes are better, ring the bell. And questions, comments, feel free. Alright, thanks folks. Have a good night.